Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dame, the one and only Master Propaganda Hero, like defender of the fatherland of the 2v2 own Campbells convoy. In the northeast stands Smoko and Zulu, fighting for a combined British-American task force. US 1st Armoured Division, the British 7th, working together in unison to take on the German menace. In the south it is BlueS and Nicko, fighting here for the German army, Deutschland. Here with the 15th Panzer Division, 3rd and 5th Panzer Grenadier Companies, setting off here swiftly and Germanly. Here with terror and espionage versus at least heavy weapons that picked for Zulu, leaving just Smoko to pick one of 3 battle groups there. That is Canadian Shock, Australian Defence, and of course Indian Artillery.
Panzer Pioneers available.
So we are off here as always. Big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast. Big thanks to those who keep commenting, like on this while there. It helps out immensely with getting the YouTube algorithm to spread out the video more and keeps the cat from biting off my fingers. Whew. So things are definitely heading off here in a variety of wild and spicy directions here. Panzer being built here, Fort Blue with triple Panzer Pioneer. We got Nicko there with a double MD42 build, which does tend to track a lot there with terrorists. Kind of went for the hand there, the little bastard. You're not liking the video enough and commenting enough, clearly. But definitely tracks a lot there with, like, increasingly we've seen, like, any gun going for, like, terror, they typically go for it for the MD42s with a few exceptions. South side here we got back to us the scouts. Bit of heavy fire there. We got the mortars for Zulu.
Panzer Pioneers available.
As he moves up the center with his riflemen. North side here. Heavy British push here from south sides. Leaves Nicko there in a bit of a task punch machine gun there. Lacking any infantry support or additional machine guns backup. But there you go. Nice layered machine gun here to cover up the retreat of the first one. They're trying to bait in. But Smoko's 6th Sense apparently kicks in. They just imagine an MD42 behind that rock and just withdraws. Crikey, Jenkins! My MG42 sense is tingling. Quite it, Nigel. And Blue there's going for a 5-man Panzer Pioneer build, committing the full might of the Panzer Pioneer here versus Zulu. Needs Panzer Grenadiers when you got Panzer Pioneers. And technically, the Panzer Pioneers have actually been the better troops there. But that said, they were, you know, much rarer specialists. They're typically not used as frontline infantry unless, of course, like, things were desperate. At least not quite going according to plan. So, little fun fact there. Section, though, for Zulu, of Smoko, he's not Zulu. Perhaps they are both Zulu. He's Zulu in different ways. Center there, Grenadiers pushing forward. We've got their Zulu Dark getting assistance here from Smoko, who goes for Canadian Shock. I'm sure leaving many players out, or viewers, shocked. Good Lord, Canadian Shock! I thought they were supposed to be around Canada, defending against the Eye of Terror. So, Luftwaffe Company there for Nicko. Got the ambulance there for Blue. Got the platoon command post for Smoko. South side here we see Blue there making steady progress with a lot of Panzer Pioneers, having a lot of moving elements to threaten the southern flank here. But north side, meanwhile, Smoko is getting the drop there. Nicko quite aggressively. We did have some Grenadiers, but of course they got rather brutally pushed back.
The enemy have claimed our sector.
That's they're being very energetic here, very excited. Quite an instance, to be honestly. There we go. Beacon utter ruin. Precious German technology shattered. There you go. Another one up there from Blue.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
Scotsmen getting dropped there like a bunch of sandbags. And we got the Flak 30 there for Nicko. South side here, Zulu poking forward. Got the Nicko in that support center. 5 support elements there for Blue. And we got an actively used ambulance here. Panzer Pioneer caught off most of the force here. Is quickly run down with the Americans. Zulu smells blood on the water here like a shark. And he quickly moves in, only to find himself in a trap here by Blue, or at least an opportunity there. Humbers force Smoko to run his men with that motorized British superiority against the German menace.
We have new units available
As I'm
from our
circling
light
around
support
there
company.
like a shark looking at my hand, like a wounded seal. The water.
Let's get started. We have answers.
Bit of smoke there causing a bit of confusion. So, Luftwaffe company up, got that Flak 30, the Flieger up there, Kanone 30. Not a lot of infantry for Nicko, but I imagine we're looking at Jaegers with Panzerschrecks. Smoko might, of course, go for some Canadians. Zulu, more riflemen, maybe some 50 cows and half-tracks. Spreading out the beacons there to get his men cloaked. He's just chucking them down all over the place where we can.
We have half-track support fueled and ready for deployment.
Gimmicky, I feel like. Definitely not a fan of that one in terms of design. Just me, of course, flares does help counteract that, so thumbs goes up there.
Available.
Still feels a bit weird, like in the summer, just generates a cloak field.
Transfer depots can be constructed.
Transfer
Relieving
depots
us of
for
unwanted
Blue.
resources.
Also got contempt for the week there out of Nicko. Now we got the Humber, the Dingo on the move. He looks like he's going to try and hit hard here at to Blue. Sense going to be a bigger tune there. Go Dingo taking fire. Humber letting loose, but at a quiet distance. Clearly concerned about things hanging back in there. Go Panzer driving artillery being delivered. Center. Nicko's a bit dug in. We got a small screen here of Smoko up north. But now in the center. Fighting flares up. And another 6 drives for Smoko. No Canadians for him. No, sir. Smoko deployed to carve up the Flak 30. Well played there by Zulu. Instantaneous smoke reactions. Further south here we got Blue moving forward here, swarming ahead. Section 10 from the North machine, they're quickly being forced to withdraw there. Victory bombs while still in mind leading the Allies. Germans have been getting pressured. The anti-tank have to go on the way there for Mr. Zulu. Don't blast the panzer planes cause any light vehicles. More pressure here, Flak have to go on. The Allies are really attacking it. They're applying that pressure aggressively, ruthlessly. Got grenade launches there for Blue.
250 has been destroyed.
And we got a 250 half-track kaput, smashed apart here by the Allies. Smoko Zulu here just really pulling off. We've got attack incendiary grenades. And the cheaper abilities. Oh, Panzer's white!
At the front line.
German Reich here feeling the pain here as the British and American forces are quickly overwhelming them. Almost got the Flak 30 grenade launch being deployed here. Oh dear. Wait, that's the Dingo, not the Humber. The Humbers then actually got knocked out, but the Flak 30 got wiped there. The crew roasted. Dingo down. Smoko suddenly losing a lot of his motorized equipment here against the outs. Oh, almost had the machine gun fully there. Again, incendiary grenade, rifle grenade is definitely a bit of bonkers design, honestly. Trying to go for the ambulance. Zulu, of course, channeling his inner American and his absolute hatred of ambulances. Almost had it there, but not quite managing it. Really close call, and actually loses the anti-tank after because the Flak feeling moves in and absolutely shreds it. Buying, I think, the Germans some crucial breathing room, though those Allied light vehicles gone there, and I suppose not losing the ambulance either. And with all these Panzer pioneers, I mean, Blue can very rapidly fix it up. He can also very rapidly set up that transfer depot.
Survival improvements and smoke canisters are being requested.
We'll have to see how much next. We do get a fuel cache there out of Smoko on that fuel point. Keep providing him and his teammate with more fuel per minute. Always a good idea, then excellent, wonderful idea even. Almost at the Pioneers, Flak 30 crew there feeling the pain of the mortar fire. Losing several crew members there to repeated American mortar bombs. Delivering high explosive.
Survival packages for Panzer crews have arrived.
From above.
Smoke canisters have been retrofitted.
400 vs 180 feet. Zulu with the motor pool. Smoko, who knows what he's up to. you go. Got a 30 cal there out of Zulu, so of course he has gone for the weapon support center. We got the Bishop for Smoko. Try and blast the Axis forces into submission to devastate their lines, their positions. More grenade launchers there for Blue. On the west here, Sapper section, overwhelmed with the Pioneers as Nicko comes rushing in. MD-34s for Blue, the Maschinengewehr 430. But in fact about the MD-34s, actually produced in larger numbers than the MD-42. Not because it's actually easy to produce, but just because they were producing it for much longer than the MD-42s. They basically just had a big head start. So, bit of a fun one there. There you go, heavy flak fire meeting Smoko's infantry in the center there. Further south, air burst shells. But up here, yeah, trying to hold here. Blue's advance. We've got a Greyhound there for Zulu. They'll have to back out first Bishop and his second one on the way here for Smoko. Clearly wants to like counter support weapons and possibly also like hope to catch that Panther Pioneer swarm there and do some nasty work. Meanwhile, Blue here pulling up at 254. Beacons getting wrecked. Like, if the Allies were aware of this, it could do some... Like, that could be like GG there for Blue, like an artillery strike were to hit there. Fortunately, Smoko did not have a Bishop to spare for that particular fire mission. Apologies. Apologies. Got Rifle Nades in the Rifle Squad. Rifle Nades. I mean, basically these are grenade launchers designed to fire the rifle grenades normally, you know, just attached to rifles. Little fun note there.
Reconnaissance and artillery vehicle reporting in. Mechanized combat troops are ready for
in the end, though, didn't really seem to catch on. They mostly stayed with the Pioneer units, whereas everyone else just to make use of rifle grenades, you know, attached to the rifles directly. Including the more, you know, elite fighter makers and whatnot. So yeah, more ambush shells here up north. Section Mercy Jaegers, we've got a Armada here for Blue. Delivering in some protectors to meet a potential allied armored menace. But we can see there, after the initial, you know, rush of success, but losing all the vehicles have really like curtailed the ability of the Allies' ability to pressure the Germans. Of course, when you have a going out now for Zulu, it is a bit late to the party. There's only one so you might not want to like me to go for more half tracks, but I'm impressed. Either way, I imagine Zulu's next move will be the M26 Pershing heavy tank. So, on site, it was actually initially designed as a medium tank, and actually after the war, they were actually downgraded to a medium tank as well. So, sort of a bit of music. Holy smokes, that was really lucky there for Blue. He didn't like suffer any heavy losses out of that. Fortunately, Zulu's armor Greyhound doesn't have like veterans runs. I believe he can't use the counter shots, like just rip through all of these. Bit of good fortune there for Blue because I mean that could have been like a direct wipe there on Blue. And like with the way he's bunching up its Panzer Pioneers, definitely really backing for his opponents to like just, you know, cause some grievous harm. This artillery there. Up north, Nicko's making progress there. He's got 2 Jaeger squads out, not too surprising. These Terror MD-42 builds also tend to rely heavily on the Jaegers. It's only worth noting both German players, except relying on ambush units like we got Blue there with the beacons utilizing that. Meanwhile, Nicko's got ambush machine guns and Jaegers. So, and that way they're definitely both trying to be, you know, difficult to attack for their opponents. Oh no, Smoko wasn't paying attention. He's going to lose the section. This gets very lucky. Cash is about to get racked. Center. Got to shells screaming above there as they go towards Blue's positions. And we got another 254 there out of Blue. So much going on here. In the center there, bike knocked out, ripped apart mercilessly by the Allied guns, and we got Smoko with a third Bishop. And deciding that he's just going to start his own conclave and elect a Pope of artillery. However that works. Got them out of there hanging back with its crew. Got him finding the Sin scouts moving in. More scouts here for Zulu. Big old Hawk moving forwards again. Really just begging for an artillery volley there to like do immense damage. We've got a lot of flares there. That's probably why Zulu's going for more scouts at this point. It's probably just in part just for more flares to like help counter BlueS tactics. Which, I mean, does make sense under the circumstances. So much artillery, just flinging them out there, trying to like just pop this horde like a pimple. North side, we see also Smoko making good progress, pushing back Nicko once more.
Armory upgrade underway.
More radiant beacons down to Blue. Skip row. Oh, really close there on that one.
Territory sector out of
Gurney is
contact.
pushing forwards there for Nicko. Got the Flak 30 joining support engineers to center out. We've got Phoenix 7 now to 25. Blank MD42's actually in some trouble here. Will, yeah, I think there's a good chance that they finish it off. If that's only hurt the Germans. Jaeger's poking in. Nope. They don't get it? Oh, they do get it, Center here. 250 reports only get met with the Grand and the anti-tank half-track here. Don't finish it off. They don't push ahead here. They're concerned about things hanging back like that Marder 3. Does make sense, but there you go. MD42 siege for the British Empire. Claimed by the Crown.
Rollout of engine improvements is underway. Vehicles will be able to secure territory shortly.
No Canadians here for Smoko. Might just be going straight here for the Crocodile at this point. As for Zulu, his quest for the Pershing continues. Almost at the scouts, but they did survive there. Preserving Zulu's ability to gain, you know, valuable frontline intelligence, and of course, deal with all these, you know, guys just magically going invisible in the middle of, like, you know, nowhere. Panzer Company for Nicko, bring in those Panzers. Blue, though, meanwhile, not quite going to go for any tanks anytime soon, it would appear. Stuff exploding, and up north here, we've got Nicko pushing forwards. One small lane claim to North Hill here. Zulu with the tank depot. So not just stalling out for a Pershing. In 58 was the Funa 3.
Commandant, the enemy has 300
Another
points.
transfer depot there out of Blue Skid Row. And wonders what we've got up to with all those transfer depots. Got those bishops, just again, 3 of them laying down so much fire there against the Axis forces here. The Germans. Nicko with a Sturmpanzerwehr.
Near our victory point.
Blue got his own tank on the way. That actually means, I think, at this point, the only one who's yet to then actually take up is Smoko. Oh, and he hasn't actually, in fact, not gone for crocodiles. He actually went for the demolition sapper upgrade. Tougher sappers there.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Crafting in trouble here. 6 pounders. M1's there for Zulu. Got those bishops blasting away. Perhaps not too accurately, mind you. North side at their point 1, got some British force moving in here. But getting caught by the flak fin. We still get some artillery calling to try and mess with the German lines. So much artillery that was Smoko. Like, his guns are just never resting. He's using so much ammunition. John Punter actually went for armored side skirts ahead of time as well for Nicko. 2 thumbs up.
Territory sector lost.
South side, German force there hanging back. And we see the Zulu finding himself forced to withdraw here. As Axis forces on the move, the Germans are advancing. And then not quite advancing. Smoko finally taking out himself, deciding they need to, you know, could do with something a bit bigger. No sign of any saps being upgraded here for Smoko yet, though. Not that he has to, but apparently would figure, like, you know, try and prioritize, you know, getting the sappers upgraded. But Jaeger's here, though. Close one there, but narrowly survived the wrath there of Smoko and the British Empire. All three bishops there since he wanted to. What has he gone for training for them? Yes, he has. A bit strange to go for 3 bishops and, like, not have any training for them whatsoever. Wouldn't that just be strange? It certainly would be a bit ineffective. Got the big booms. Holy smokes. Direct hit. They're almost getting to box. Ah, so close there. I was yet to lose, I think, a single Panther Pioneer squad, despite all of that. Pretty good luck there for Blue. South side just remains fairly quiet. Neither allied players really trying to, like, you know, do anything there. North side definitely seeing more action, and Nicko is consistently striking out. Do get the Stuck as a first there for Mr. Blue Scarecrow.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
There you go. Mod engagement into half tracks. Transfer depot about to go. Well, up in smoke and fine. There you go. Marder kaput. Stinging blow here to Axis command here. Up north, Nicko that pushes forwards, assembling some of his finest men he has in the sector. Doesn't mean a lot, and then pushes them forwards. Got Smoko's unfortunate heroic putting up a fight, but only to get smashed in with the Sturmpanzer 4. 17 pounder going away, and we got the Stukas Fusil, which fires some very large Nebelwerfer rockets, actually, I believe, mounted wooden crates. I believe it's more or less the exact same rockets fired by the Nebelwerfer 3842. Which is significantly larger than some of the other Nebelwerfers. More fun fact, they could actually fire incendiary rockets, whereas the Nebelwerfers like to show Coh3 or Coh games in general being firing incendiaries didn't actually have incendiaries.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Bit of a fun one there. 329 is 201. Another anti-tank gun for Zulu. And we got Starstorm for Nicko, 2 thumbs up. He continues his quest for the Königstiger. Another anti-tank gun there for Zulu, almost done. More Starstorm there for Nicko. And there you go, Strickers was unleashing its 28/32cm rockets. Got quite a bit of size of fires. Big explosion there being knocked out. In more fun fact is the SS actually preferred using their own copies of the Katyusha rockets, even like just straight up using them.
We have lost control of a victory
They'd actually have, like, you know, well, just kind of like Panzerwerfers and whatnot that just look more like Katyushas. One of the things they get barely discussed. Very much a thing. So, Axis Force we got holding here the outs. We've got more transfer depots out of Blue Skid Row. That's like a lot of them. He's up to that. Another Stukas of Force. Really turning into an absolute, like, just artillery, like, just mayhem battle. 17 pounder gun for Smoko. May come to regret that with all these Stukas of Forces, honestly. Section here completely disassembled by heavy and ruthless German automatic fire. Sapper section trying to play hitting a mine. Zulu's ground on the scene here. He can go for the Pershing now. Did he actually finish the tank depot? He didn't. Interesting. But either way, not too far away there from the Pershing heavy tank. BlueS second Stukas has arrived as well, providing a bit more heavy artillery goodness. Second one there's arrived. Wait, Zulu needs one more command point, so for that. I'm so used to, like, pretty much like every other tech base, the heavy's kind of like applying 9 command points with like everywhere they are, so it requires 10 command points. Silly day. Got the massive swarming force with the grenade launchers. 678. Almost got the flag feeling there, but it does survive being countered there with half the allied artillery part. Ground here charging in, going for the 254s. Could deprive Coh3's Blue some of his artillery support. Smoko being deployed to try and buy time here, but Zulu does not care. Zulu wants blood. And he gets it, but there you go. Flag feeling half-tech going up with his arm pitching around. Could go down here, but looks like Blue is willing to make that trade-off to save this 254. In the center, the assault continues. Anti-tank truck up. Holy smokes! Units getting obliterated there. Oh, good God! He just lost everything of his infantry. Like, it's all gone. The bishop's just completely excommunicated his infantry from the safe face of this earth. Well, pixelated earth, anyways. Still, the Germans do a victory point lead, Allies not so much. Yeah, Zulu now is closing on that Pershing heavy tank. Blue just churning out those Panzer Pioneers. I'm a bit surprised he's going to do that, because they're like, you know, oh, now we got a massive stupid foot barrage. Unleashing a massive saturation attack, which is definitely how they were used. Like, rocketry weapons of the Second World War weren't exactly known for being accurate, quite the opposite. He just basically just filled the sky with them and just, you know, saturated an area. Got Panther Feaster for Blue. As for Nicko, he can soon go for the Königsjäger, the Tiger 2, the Tiger B.
Victory point lost.
We got the Granny hunting down the Starstorm up north. Zulu is relentless pursuit, but we got the M26 Pershing heavy tank. The armored fist of democracy is here. Greyhound being met with the Sturmpanzer 4, finding himself outmatched by 150 mm howitzer, meant for blasting apart building blocks. Got the tank half-track here, buying crucial time. Pershing striking in the center there. 713.
Frontline Panzer Pioneers have deployed.
Sturmpanzer on the line here. Machine gun team down. I repeat, kaput. But we got their Zulu sensing up 2 descents in the Pershing, only to hit a mine. He hit a mine. There you go, 250 almost knocked out. Nicko is momentarily from the Königsjäger. Zulu is, of course, desperately backpedaling his Pershing to get fixed up. It doesn't really work well with a damaged engine. Nicko there should be able to go for the Königsjäger anytime soon. Come on, Nicko, do it. Do it. Seize upon the opportunity that fate has bestowed upon you and press that button. Come on, Nicko. You know you can do it, Nicko. Come on, Nicko. There we go. Königsjäger has arrived. Tiger 2. That's ever going to give the Allies a bit of a head scratcher there by blowing the head clean off. Jaegers on the run here with now also grenade launcher of their own. 383. Starstorm quickly dispatched. There you go. Panzer Pioneers met with a wall of artillery there. There's Smoko. Got more Panther Feaster for Blue, more Panzer Pioneer. South side, like, just seems like it's been utterly forgotten there by the Allies. Like, it may as well just not exist. I feel like there's a bit of an oversight there by the Allies, but... Going Haiti undercover of a potentially massive rocket barrage there out of Blue. Machine gun there getting absolutely crushed right as it arrives to the front line. Pershing fixed up. And we got Nicko there on the receiving end of an absolute beating. As Allied forces undercover there, all of Loco's artillery is moving. Did he lose his bishops?
We have lost control of a victory point.
I think he did. Wow. He got completely devastated. We got the Pershing, they're knocking out the Sturmpanzer with pretty contemptuous ease. We also have the Crusader tank out here for Smoko. South side here, we do see some attempts to get the victory point there. Zulu remembering that South is a place that actually exists. $271-79. Oh! Obliterated! Bobby got the 17-pounder gun here, delivering shot after shot, ripping through the armor. Then we got double 17-pounder guns. What on earth? That's honestly a bit bonkers because the opponent has, like, you know, 2 Stukas of Fusses. That's like begging to get annihilated. And Zulu's mortar does get annihilated alongside one of the 17-pounder gun crews. Just one to stand up against the Axis army here assembled by Nicko and BlueS. More scouts for Zulu. Another Stukas Fuss barrage, another volley of high explosive concussive death. Almost at the Stars Turban, but they somehow narrowly survived that. And there goes King Tiger to the rescue. And not for the Stars Turban. Got a fire there, Panzer Peony in the centre. The Horde has arrived. 79. 17-pounder crew there knocked out, but the Stukas of Fuss ambulance is going to have to work overtime. They're recruiting guns and reinforcing them. Now we got Zulu with a Hellcat.
A victory point is being taken from us.
74 to 59. Here, clock is ticking. And a Flak 36 there for BlueS.
We're losing grasp of a victory point.
Flak 30 hard at work. And there you go, Pentavies rushing in. Blue is on the offensive, only finds himself match supported by 17-pounder guns that make a mockery of the armor of his Panther phase. Oh, there's a lot there in the first place too, Mark, compared with the 17-pounder gun. King Tiger there, though, frantic pack pedaling there, not wanting to, like, you know, get hammered by the 17-pounder guns, and there you go. Decent shot there, we still got the 254 calling in artillery. Smoko with his machine gun nests.
Black 36 arriving on the field.
Black 36 is here. Then we got Propaganda who's been dropped down there.
Protecting our assets.
And there you go, Flak 36 brought to the front line. 251-67, we got a Sturmpanzer for there for Nicko.
Victory points to 250.
Pershing getting hammered by the Flak 36. A masher shot punching straight for the frontal armor. And the Bishop loose. Go ahead on the assault here.
Attack has been silenced at the front.
Flak, big crew. We got more Stukas of Fuss rocket strikes here. Obliterating a lot there of Smokers, unfortunate crews of anything. Once more. This rate, they're going to think that gun is cursed because of the way the crews just get utterly pasted all over it.
Utility vehicle here.
We have answers.
That's what they shot at. What will Zulu's next move be, though? Holy smokes, another really close call, almost taking out a lot of Panzer Pioneers there. Looks like I can see a bigger push here. Raj Squad then takes a massive on hit here, and they're wiped. South side continues to be mostly forgotten. I feel like that's been like one of the map's issues the Allies have sort of made, or mistakes made in this match. Another strip of barrage here, sappers, gun crews, just vanishing beneath a torrent of high explosive rockets. I feel like the Axis are probably in a position where they could just, I think, make one big push and roll over the Allies, but we'll have to see. It's not looking good for them. Not good. Sappers almost knocked out. I mean, the force at this point is just a fraction of their opponents. Zulu's lined up for something here, but I feel like this is one of those cases of too little, too late. Germans marching through the center meanwhile.
MG-34 team killed in
And Smoko at this point is pretty much coming fixes, just basically down to Zulu. He does have an ace Pershing, but the question is, will it be enough to like just deal with everything here? In theory, it could if the Germans like significantly misplay. Another Crusader there. For Smoko. Pershing matching 4 strength on the flank 36. Hellcat's also on the move there. Almost got the Pershing there. And there you go, Pershing down. That is definitely the end of the Allies. GG, game over, and that is it for this episode. So, brutal fight. They definitely feel like the Allies kind of think a bit too focused on parts of the map, and I think Smoko to some extent might have overcommitted to the artillery, but that's just me. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If this is Imperial 18, cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.